Okay guys, I don't have too many parts left to be soldering another set, so this is the terminal base where the terminal's installed. These were all cut, so you'll see with the profile that they're nice and short. This is an example of the other terminals you'd sent us. If you notice, they got the little holes in them. We did it with this one. It weren't as happy with it, but basically line up the plate, pot the holes to the joints. It's also good if you put a little bit of solder on these ahead of time. That way it heats up and it molds a little better. And then this is the finished product. You'll see that the board is in there. The best way for the board is to put the uprights first to hold the board in place. Okay, that will have this whole top section removed, and you'll see right into the soldered areas you're gonna pot. And you put it over there. The best thing to do is to take a soldering iron, put the pin in there, and you're going to try heating up that terminal, which already is a little bit of pre-solder, and it's going to flow right onto make an electrical connection. Now I know you might be a little worried about how strong is this connection. It is good, but that's why we usually put the uprights in. Hold the board, that way there's no stress on them while you're doing all four. So when it's done, again, look at that, just a little bit of solder, and it goes through to the top. And you'll see it doesn't line up 100%, but you'll see that there's solder going from here to over to the post, and that happens all the way around at each solder point. It's not a lot of solder, but that's just making the connection, and it makes it nice and flat against the base. Again, if you're running into problems where it's not as flat, you have some space here between here and here. That's what we're doing with this. When we had these terminals that you sent that had these holes in them, we were kind of at a higher space. So this is one that was done earlier, but I thought it would be good because it is a little messy and at least shows you a little more room of where connections were made. Okay, so you'll see a solder on top and on bottom. Again, this is an early one, so don't judge it by this, but it really doesn't matter the size or shape. It's just basically solder blobbing it to the terminals on the back. Hope that helps.